good. Well
it's just
done.
walking right
Yes.
across.
Yeah. Great.
Maybe it has mites.
Oh,
Let's see.
yeah. That's great. We were kind of hoping we might spot
didn't.
one of these guys. Beautiful. Yeah.
So cool.
So this is a beautiful, this is sometimes called a patent leather beetle. See how shiny it is? Call them Passalids. That's the family name, the Passalidae. And yeah, you can kind of, if you pick one up, you can kind of hear them squeak.
Oh, it does, yeah.
Kind of squeaking. It has kind of a defensive squeak. Beautiful little beetle. And they actually,
Put it up to the...
yeah, there you go, to the microphone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a beautiful example. They're heading to find a new rotten log
Look how cool.
to start a new colony,
Yeah.
I would say.
I'm Leslie Costa.
And I'm Jim Costa. And we are here as the 2025 Steve Kemp writer and illustrator in residence here working with Smoky's Life on an insect natural history field guide. So people kind of walk through a forest like this and they sort of enjoy it at one level. And we always, I guess as entomologists, we've always enjoyed looking a little more closely and realizing that, you know, if you sort of zoom in just a little bit, there's a lot more than meets the eye. In the Insect Natural History Guide that we're planning, the idea is, you know, not simply an identification guide, more of a natural history guide to include signs of insects that most people will maybe, they'll have noticed, but maybe dismiss, like ignore. They're not really aware of what's going on. Some of the signs might be, you know, leaf chewing, that herbivory, or you might see neat little galls on a leaf. You might see evidence of a little bit of webbing. You might see a little tracing of a leaf miner on a leaf. There's all sorts of signs of insects that give their presence away. So they're well hidden, right? But they're here. You see the fern frond that's rolled up into a ball?
Rolled up into a ball.
Yeah, a caterpillar does that. It looks, you know, to maybe a bird's eye like just another little fern that's getting ready to unfurl.
I think the most exciting thing for me is to show insect signs that people see but don't really know that an insect made it or made the doodle in a leaf or made a structure. We're going to try to illustrate things that people won't see, what's inside those structures.
We're so honored to be the writer and illustrator in residence, and excited especially for this opportunity to immerse ourselves, to really explore some interesting areas, far-flung areas, at a time of year that we haven't spent a whole lot of time in the park. We plan on spending our residency in 3 phases. We're going to be here in the springtime. We're going to come back in kind of later in the summer, and then in the fall. And the idea is to gain some sort of snapshots of insect life here in the park that visitors can experience through the season. I think it's a noctuid. And you can tell from the color, like straight away. So this is a tasty morsel, right? Yeah. This is a bird would love to chow down on this.
I mean, it's pretty camouflaged when you
and it's
put
well
it on
camouflaged on the trunk. The noctuids, they're the kind of the owlet moths and relatives, underwing moths. It's a big family. You see how kind of cryptically colored it is. It's perfectly well camouflaged on the bark.
We spotted it.
Well, we did spot it, but you know, it takes an entomology nerd to spot these guys.